Whenever the laws of any state are broken, a duly authorized organization swings into action. It may be called the state police, state troopers, militia, the rangers, or the highway patrol. These are the stories of the men whose training, skill, and courage have enforced and preserved our state laws.
It's the Franklin Show, live from Franklin, with America's favorite adopted pup, Franklin Delano Roosevelt Lloyd Wright Sinatra Seltzer, and his friend and favorite Franklin dog adopter, Michael Seltzer. I'm your announcer guy, Shotgun Tom Kelly. You better believe it, baby. And now, here's Franklin.
Well, welcome, everybody. Thank you to my great band. Wow, you guys are great, and what a great audience, and welcome to the Franklin Show. Franklin and I are delighted to be here with two very special Hollywood icons tonight, talking about television trivia with legendary Gary Goltz, who's written a book about the classic Broderick Crawford 1950 series Highway Patrol, and with Shotgun Tom Kelly, famous Hollywood DJ and television broadcaster, well-known all throughout the world, his own Hollywood Walk of Fame star, Shotgun Tom Kelly and Gary Goltz together talking with us on this very special edition of The Franklin Show, and we'll be right back.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Well, hello, everybody. What a great show we've got planned for you. I have two Hollywood legends on the Franklin Show today, and I'm going to introduce them one by one and then talk to them individually, and then we're going to talk as a group. But first, let me introduce to you the illustrious Gary Goltz, who is a bona fide, dyed-in-the-wool fan of Highway Patrol, the 1950s series starring Broderick Crawford, who he looks so much like. That's Gary right there. And then elsewhere, and also from Los Angeles, is the Hollywood Walk of Star famous DJ, TV personality, Shotgun Tom Kelly.
Yes. How you doing, Mike? And of course, don't forget my new book
my
that
buddy
you have.
Shots with his latest book, All I Want to Do Is Play the Hits. Yes, he does. And he plays those hits on Sirius XM every single night of the week.
Shotgun Tom Kelly, playing all 60s hits. Sirius XM, 60s Gold.
Channel 73, 60s Gold.
60s Gold. All right. So anyway, let's start out with Gary, although he just vanished.
Get
my book.
Oh, no, he's going to get his book.
Gary, I've got your book.
I can't find my book right now.
Hey, Mike's got it. Mike's got it.
Okay.
Right. All right. So
take it away.
His book. I got to plug mine.
All right. So Gary, let's start with you. First of all, you have had the incredible good fortune of owning the original 1955 Buick that was on Highway Patrol.
Oh, it's a replica.
There I go, lying again to my general.
and it was the wrong model too.
Just like my wife, you have to contradict me. I mean,
I actually bought the wrong model. After I got the car, I realized that the model they used was made for the Highway Patrol. It's model 68, and it's a Post. Mine's a hardtop convertible. So I screwed up.
Okay. Aside from that, though, you have been parading this car around Los Angeles for years. You're in the 10-4, October 4 parade in downtown Hollywood, right?
We created it.
Yeah, you created it. Okay, so that part is right. And you've befriended Kelly Crawford, who is Broderick Crawford's son. Yeah.
Late son.
Oh, okay, late son. Okay. See, I don't have
There were two. There was an adopted, and then there was the flesh and blood one, and Kelly was the flesh and blood son.
God bless. So in blessed memory. And you've written this incredible book called the Complete History, an episode guide of Highway Patrol, which was
it was also with the help of Ralph Schiller, who wrote the book on Broderick Crawford and his films.
And I mean, this was a show that was in the 1950s, from 1955 to 1959. And it featured helicopters and chase scenes, and the great actor Broderick Crawford, who went on to other major movies and TV shows. But we love
actually his before the shows when he won the Academy Award 1949 for All the King's Men.
Right. But I mean, he was just a prolific actor and one of our heroes from that era. And the show is still so popular. It's broadcast every day on various cable channels. And
right now it's on FETV, Family Entertainment Television.
And I know you've done
MeTV.
You've done promos for the show on MeTV. I remember seeing when they had like a marathon, and you were the host of
that was actually FETV.
Yeah. Oh, is that okay? All right.
But I do have a good rapport with the CEO of MeTV as well.
And they ran it for over a decade. They
until for some reason MGM pulled it, which I have to believe it's because FETV's showing it.
Yeah.
And MeTV had it on for like 5 years, so they probably said only one at a time.
Right. And all that memorabilia behind you is all dedicated to Highway Patrol?
Well, it's also my whole life story. I'm a judo person. I've been in judo since I was 10 years old. And I got a lot of different stuff from judo, Highway Patrol. And I think one of the other things all of us have in common is we all love The Fugitive. And by the way, Quinn Martin was the audio supervisor on Highway Patrol.
That's an interesting connection. Quinn Martin, who was the producer of The Fugitive and so many other QM productions in the 70s.
Started with Ziv.
Yeah, right. And so you're a judo expert, and you do an awful lot of charity work too, right? I mean, a lot
yes,
of.
I do.
What's your primary charity? The American Cancer Society?
I've done it for so many different ones. But if I had to say which one I've probably been most associated with over the years because of the connection with the Highway Patrol is the California Highway Patrol 1199 Foundation.
That's a wonderful thing.
In fact, when I joined them shortly after I got the car, which was I got the car in 95, and I found out about them, I think around 96. The first thing I did was said, have you given out 2150? They said no. And I said, I'm a life member and I want 2150. And they did.
I love that. Well, and you've been gracious.
The plaque sitting right on my wall.
You've been gracious enough to invite me to ride with you on the 10-4 in the 10-4 parade in your car. And we haven't been able to get that accomplished, but perhaps this year will be the year. I really would love to ride with you and Shotgun Tom Kelly, who I know rides in the parade.
Come out to the Hollywood Christmas parade. That's actually the big one.
Okay. All right. Well,
I've been in that with Shotgun. God, we've been doing it at least a decade.
All right. And so you're also a big fan of The Fugitive. We did a show dedicated to The Fugitives recently, and that reminded me that I wanted to get in touch with you. But now I'm going to bring in Shotgun Tom Kelly, and because he and I have forged a friendship over our interest in The Fugitive as well. And so, Shots, I think one of the funniest stories was when you were at my house for one of our radio reunion parties, and we're standing in my living room, and I'm engaged in a conversation with somebody over here, and you're engaged with somebody over there, and your phone rings, and it's the theme song from The Fugitive. Like, I can't even believe that this is happening. So I walk over to you, and of course we compared notes and realized we were both major fans of the show. So let's talk about that. You also introduced me to the location in Larchmont in California, where they did many scenes from the original series.
Well, the opening scene is that I guess it's an alley with a it looks like a tunnel, but it's really not. But yeah, that's they filmed a lot on Larchmont. As a matter of fact, one of the episodes on The Fugitive was when he had the dream of Lieutenant Gerard walking down the street, and then he turns in to the alleyway. Now, as you know, the beginning of every Fugitive, that is the alleyway. I mean,
from the second season on. The first season they had him in the train.
Right, and Gary, you had your car. You got a reproduction of your car in that tunnel.
We actually took that picture, and then I through the use of Photoshop blended it so it would be Fugitive. It's me in the car and in the scene of Kimball running down the alley, and he's running into my car. I'm arresting him. That's Broderick.
That's right.
Show that on the screen because we have those images. They'll be coming up when we edit this show. But the fact is, my kids my son and his wife lived in Larchmont for a period of time, and I would go walking by that alleyway all the time when I was visiting, and it was you that pointed that out to me once I realized and looked down that alleyway and realized that was the alleyway that was shown in every episode.
Yes. I mean, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't. How would I have thought to even look down that alleyway? But and it still exists today.
Yes, it does. It does. Yeah. But I mean, you know everything about The Fugitive, really, Mike.
Well, I thought I did, but that was one you taught me. So
you actually met Barry Morse. I mean, I love that.
I know, it's a great story, isn't it? I mean, the fact that I had the opportunity to reach out to his management company way back when, and before the Harrison Ford movie came out, and that he welcomed a visit from me in his community of London, Ontario, in the Toronto area, actually, when he was doing a play. And so we befriended each other. And of course, then I had the great opportunity to bring him to Detroit and host a marathon of hand-selected Fugitive episodes. That was just great stuff, you know.
Yeah,
I did get to meet Jacqueline Scott.
What's that, Gary?
I met Jacqueline Scott several times.
Oh, you did?
God bless. And she was Richard Kimball's sister in The Fugitive, Jacqueline Scott.
Yeah.
Just recently passed away.
Yes, she did. Yeah.
Yeah. But Shots.
Yes, sir.
You and I have had some really fun times together, and I'm going to show some pictures. There was a time when I was invited to be a guest on Johnny Carson's Tonight Show, and they allowed me to bring along some of my friends, and I had a picture taken of you and me and I think Art Volo and Pat St. John standing on the stage with the background curtain from the Tonight Show. And the funniest part of that story is it was Johnny that took the picture. Steve, our engineer, is going to show the picture of Johnny with his camera. And so you're gonna love that.
Oh, I'd love to see that. You know.
That was a great story.
Now I know you have the box set of The Fugitive.
Oh, of course. Well, who doesn't?
Some people don't have it. You know, one thing I learned about, there's a guy on this box set in one of the CDs. Mm-hmm. He said first of all, one of the things about The Fugitive as in the Highway Patrol is the music. The music really makes the show come alive. And evidently, when they first released the first DVDs of the show, it was synthesized. Is that right? Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, that's a fact. And that was a mistake that they made. They thought that the public would just accept that. And of course, the public reacted viciously. Like that was, as you say, that there was a certain drama to the music that was created originally by
Pete Rugolo.
Yes, Pete Rugolo.
Pete Rugolo,
the jazz guy.
And CBS, when they released the original DVDs, had not done the licensing agreement with him and released it with some other music. And boy, there was a major outcry. They then recalled all of those DVDs and had to engineer them and send them out, which cost them a lot of money. But the publicity was just ridiculously negative.
Wasn't there a fan who found out that they used synthesizing? And in fact, he's on the DVD, which is included in this set. And he was the one that went and said, "You've got to get the Pete Rugolo music. That actually really makes the whole show pop. It comes alive."
Well, there's actually a Fugitive pilot that was out before they made the deal with Rugolo, and I have that in my collection. The pilot's a little bit longer. The first scene with Barry Morris is a little bit longer, and Barry, he talks about it in Ed's book, where he went a little bit off the charts talking about his obsession with Kimball, and they reshot it for the one that we all know and made him look a little more normal.
You're talking about Ed Robinson's book right here.
Exactly.
That right here.
That's great that you have that. I do too.
We're supposed to be talking about Highway Patrol.
And I interviewed Ed on that Fugitive episode.
I know you did. That was a great interview.
Yes. And he'll appreciate you having that.
I'll tell you one Fugitive story that you guys will never top. 1967, my parents had me all booked to go to what this camp was in Pittsburgh called Emma Farm. It was a Jewish camp where you went away for 2 weeks, and it happened to correspond with the showing of the part 2 of the Judgment. And I told my parents, "Get your money back. I'm not going." And they didn't believe me. And they called the camp and they said, "Well, can you get a television so you can watch this show?" "Oh, we can't do that." And I said, "I told you, get your money back." And guess what my parents did? They got their money back.
Very good.
It would have been simpler for them to get a TV. They could have ordered it on Amazon. It would have been there overnight.
I wanted to be in the peace of my own house watching that. That's a sacred episode.
I agree. I was there in mine as well. So wait, I need to talk to Schatz about your illustrious career, because you are so incredibly successful in broadcasting. You're LA. You're a disc jockey for decades. You were the host of the Jerry Lewis Telethon on television for decades.
Right. Got a star on the Walk of Fame.
You've done every award. You've done everything.
Hi, this is Shotgun Tom Kelly reminding you to watch Disco 10 right here every Saturday at 12:30. Now, it features San Diego area high schools. People like you are going to be on the show, so why don't you tune in? Disco 10 right here every Saturday, 12:30. It's the ball, baby! Ow!
I mean, you've met everybody. You've got pictures with you with President Reagan.
I do. That's in the book, by the way.
Yeah, and I've got pictures of you with Franklin, which is probably even
That's
more
right.
fun.
That's right.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm just so proud to know you. You're just legendary and wonderful. And I don't think there's another disc jockey in the world that has a Hollywood Walk of Fame star.
Oh, yeah, there is. There, like Ryan Seacrest has one.
Well, he doesn't deserve it.
Gary Owens has one.
And he did. What did Gary Owens
do?
He did that laugh-in show, right?
Yes, he did. Yeah. But my star is right next to my radio hero, the real Don Steele. I never knew the real Don Steele, but when I was hired to come in and sit in his chair, I was absolutely thrilled. I was scared to death, though. I mean, I remember the first day I sat in that chair, and I came on, and because the real Don Steele had been in Los Angeles radio for a long time. His voice is used in the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And even before that, when I was in high school, I used to listen to the real Don Steele, and I used to love his presentation.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, at your ceremony, you had Stevie Wonder, and he redid his song. they sang
My Sherry Amore.
Shotgun Kelly.
Yeah, but that was my Sherry Amore.
That was
Now,
great.
in the book, which is kind of interesting, all I want to do is play the hits in this book. You were talking about the Tonight Show, right,
Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah.
Before I got into model trains, I built a Johnny Carson Tonight Show set in my garage. I had the chief of police and his name was Bill Collender, and the sheriff of San Diego County at that time, his name was John Duffy, and I played the Ed McMahon character. And it was a cult favorite of both departments, okay? Yeah, and I have the multicolored curtains and the desk and the whole thing. And so there was some prostitutes who got murdered in San Diego, and they thought the vice officers of the sheriff and the San Diego Police Department were involved, and they thought the sheriff and the chief of police was protecting his vice officers. There was a Heisman Trophy winner, Johnny Rogers, who said that he thought one of those prostitutes was on one of those make-believe Tonight shows in my garage. That was absolutely false. But in the book, all I want to do is play the hits. You see the headline in the newspapers, 750 tapes seized in murder probe. My God. And I was doing a kid show on Channel 51, this cartoon kid show, and they took me off the air for 3 days because of it. I had to get an attorney, and I mean, every news station, every television station was doing stand-ups out in front of my house, and I invited, because I knew a lot of the reporters, and I invited them in. I remember my wife, Linda, she said, "You're actually enjoying this, aren't you?" "Oh, no, not at all. I hate this, But anyway, I knew it didn't happen, and they seized all my tapes, and they kept them for about a year, and they finally returned them after a year. But from the headline, 750 tapes seized in murder probe, I got just a little teeny thing in the back.
And you're not mentioning the fact that you were found guilty by a jury and you were arrested and you were on your way to the death house with a police lieutenant who was obsessed with your capture, and you escaped.
Yeah, I was on a train too. Yeah.
I got to be on Carson once.
I know that terrible, terrible story. There's lots of video about that. It's ridiculous, but it catapulted you as well to even higher levels of fame. And of course, you were completely innocent of any of that nonsense.
Right.
But it's a great story.
Well, the book has, I just came truthful in the book. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff in there. Like when I screwed up, we have the world exclusive of the John Lennon song, and I absolutely screwed up introducing that. Yeah, the Gary's Chuck, and he knows that. I remember when I met Clint Eastwood at Herb Alpert's place called the Bravado in Beverly Hills. I went up to him and said, "Mr. Eastwood, I'm Shotgun Tom Kelly." He says, "I know who you are." And he had Frank Sinatra's comic right there at the table. And he says, "I know who you are too, Tom Greason." And so we had a wonderful conversation about jazz music, because when you meet somebody like Clint, he doesn't want to talk about movies. He wants to talk about what he really loves.
You know where he got his first part, don't you?
Rawhide.
No. Highway Patrol.
That's right. You're right.
I have his contract.
Yes.
And the original contract that I have, which is in my book, I had to white out his social security number because it's on there.
Oh man, that's right.
And he told one of my friends, who was the guy who was sent from the CHP down to Hollywood to talk to Jack Webb about doing a show on the Highway Patrol. He told my friend Guy Daniels before he died that if we ever did a book, he would do the introduction. And I tried so hard to get him to call me back, because I thought that would have been the coolest thing ever to have had Clint do the intro. He remembers the scene when Broderick was talking to him and the other motorcycle guy. And he said Broderick had to have like Post-it notes on the other side of the room for his lines and everything.
Going to face a manslaughter charge. Now, the only charge against you boys is disturbing the peace.
But we didn't start that trouble.
All right, we'll get to that in a minute. Now, please understand one thing. One man is dead, the other faces a prison term. Anything you can tell us will help everybody concerned.
Honest, Mr. Matthews, it's like we told you before. We didn't even know a patrolman was chasing us.
Said, you guys ever write a book, let me know. I tried like hell to get him to do it. That would have been just a killer.
That would have been great.
That would have been an unbelievable story.
By the way, in the book there, I've got QR codes all through it. You actually can hover your phone over the QR code, and you can see the news story right on the local television station, and you can actually see a little bit of my Tonight Show.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us.
It's an amateur video, but it's become the most talked about video in town. It shows Sheriff John Duffy hosting a make-believe Tonight Show. And now the Homicide Task Force has seized it as evidence. Our Paul Bloom shows us the tape in our Crime Watch report tonight.
It is a strange story, Denise. Yes, John Duffy himself is the host of the homemade program. And yes, Police Chief Bill Collender is the guest. And Shotgun Tom Kelly plays the Ed McMahon character, but murdered prostitute Donna Gentili is nowhere to be seen. So why is the Homicide Task Force so interested?
Now, you got to realize I had a friend of mine who wrote jingles for commercials, and he said, "How would you like me to write your own Tonight Show theme?" And I've got a 30-piece orchestra, and we can do it for you for $3,000. So so instead of da 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 da, my theme goes da. Yeah, there it is, right there. Da 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 da. Yeah, it's great. So those QR codes, everybody loves the QR codes because it makes my book come alive, and there are 21 of them in there.
Including the picture from the Hollywood Christmas parade of
That's right. That's on the picture.
Car.
That's on the picture, and then the next page is Danny Trejo, who's a good friend of mine.
What a great idea that is to do that in a book. Now, if you bought the Kindle version of the book, you wouldn't be able to do that.
Oh no, Kindle gets the QR codes.
Oh, it does.
I think they do. They don't get the pictures.
By the way, when in '74 I got to be on the Tonight Show in the audience, and it was a Monday night, and when they came out, not Ed McMahon, I think it was DeCordova. He came out and he said, "We got a very special treat for you because we all know Johnny's never there on a Monday. He's going to be here tonight." And he was there, and he had Marvin Hamlish and the comedian George Carlin. And you told me that wasn't as classic of a Tonight Show as you could ever be on.
Well, I was on the Tonight Show, and I hope you guys can find it on YouTube, because Freddie DeCordova does the warm-up. He says, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. I'd like to ask you a couple of rules. Please don't shout anything out to Mr. Carson. He doesn't like that. But if you want to laugh at one of Mr. Carson's joke, he loves that. So anyway, they were coming back from commercial. The band was wailing, sounded great. And Johnny had his pencil there. He was pounding on the desk. Yep. And I had an opportunity, a window of opportunity. You know what I'm talking about, Mike.
Yeah.
A window of opportunity to do what I wanted to do. And you could probably go on YouTube and use this on your show. But anyway, Johnny said to Doc, "Hey, what's the name of that song?" And Doc says, "Well, we don't know what the name of the song is. All we know, it's a little bit of bassy. But if anybody out there knows the name of that song, we wish you'd tell us." And right there, that was my window. And I go, "You better believe it, baby." And then Johnny goes, "Is it You Better Believe It, Baby?" And then Doc goes,
my God, that's where that came.
"You better believe it, baby." And then Ed goes, "Yeah, I saw that guy. We don't want to get that guy steamed." It was great.
Another hot crowd.
Yeah.
Boy, yeah.
A little bit of bassy. What was the name of that?
You know, we actually don't know.
Just one of those bassy charts?
We refer to it as Basie because it was recorded by Count Basie and his orchestra, but if anybody out there knows the name of that song, we wish they'd tell us.
You better believe it, baby!
You Better Believe It, Baby? Is that the name of it?
Well,
It is now.
You better believe it, baby.
I just heard that guy, and you better name it.
I would think so. Let's not get him steamed.
Okay.
I had no idea. Shots. I had no idea. I had no idea that's where that came from.
Oh,
You
yeah, have
better
you seen
believe
it?
it, baby.
Oh, yeah, well, I've been using You Better Believe It, Baby for a long
I
time.
know, but I didn't know where it came from. Now we know.
I didn't either. The first time he's told me that story too.
That's a good one, man. That's a
Well,
good
use it on the Franklin show. I think
We are using it.
It's very short.
Oh, no. But what do you want to know about Highway Patrol? Because that's what the thing was today.
Well, the theme was two Hollywood legends who I have great respect for and their mutual passion for these two great shows. I mean, what more can you say about, it's just such a cool thing to have these kinds of reflections, nostalgic reflections on television.
I'll give you one more tie-in to both of the shows.
Okay.
Jansen and Crawford.
Yes.
Would go to the Formosa Cafe. And I met the bartender there, and he told me about Jansen being in there and about Crawford being in there. And that's where they would run into each other.
Can you imagine running into those two guys? I mean, I unfortunately never had the pleasure of meeting either one of them and love them both. There was an episode recently on Harry O, which is another great David Jansen series.
Oh, I love that show.
Airing on MeTV right now.
They actually, MeTV moved The Fugitive up 1 hour so they could show them back to back, which is really cool.
Showing them back to back, but 2 weeks ago, the episode was with David Jansen, Broderick Crawford, and Craig Stevens together.
Oh my God, I would have loved to see that.
I mean,
you know that show Harry O was filmed in San Diego. You know that, don't you?
Yes, I do.
By the way, if I'm sounding a little different, I'm just coming off a cold.
No, man, you sound fantastic.
Do I sound okay? Okay.
And Shots, what other major story do you want to share? I know you love trains. You've got an incredible train collection. I've been in your home where the train drops down from the sky onto a pool table, which is an amazing thing.
Yeah.
And you've built these trains, and you work at that train museum in San Diego.
Well, first of all, correction, I didn't build my layout. I had it built by Lloyd's Layouts of Los Angeles. Lloyd Klusner and his wife, Betsy, they put together the whole thing. Took them about a year and a half. And Lloyd developed the hoist where it comes off the pool table, and under the layout is the pool lights. And that's how we play pool. But yeah, it is. It's quite an engineering feat. If I press the button and the trains are running, they don't derail. It just goes up so easy. And then every Wednesday, from about 1 in the afternoon to about 4, I donate my time at the San Diego Model Railroad Museum, and I'm there every Wednesday doing that. So I don't really work for them. But it's a lot of fun being there. I talk about it on my radio show on Sirius XM channel 73, 60s Gold. And a lot of times I'm sitting in my studio and I'm going, are people listening to the words that are coming out of my mouth? And man, I've got, like, for instance, this coming Wednesday, I've got people from Canada showing up. Evidently, a lot of people from Canada like me. I don't know why, but
doesn't that one have the scene from Highway Patrol? The trains go by it and they're filming an episode.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's up in Corona. Remember, Gary and I went to a layout in Corona, and they've got Broderick Crawford filming an episode of Highway Patrol, and so what we did is the insignia on the Highway Patrol car that Gary Goltz drives around is exactly the insignia they used on the television show. So I had a friend of mine, Wes Owen. He shrunk it down, and I made a couple of Gary Goltz 1955 Buick.
55.
That's correct.
Yeah. So
I'll tell you one thing about the logo. This is a good trivia for all the fans. All the Japanese toy cars and everything always had the red, white, and blue shield behind it. Frank Runyon, who was the technical advisor to Highway Patrol, CHP badge 475, became personal friends with Broderick, and they would go out and have a few schnapses a lot of times. And Frank gave me pictures, which are in the book, and I carry them in my car, back set of Highway Patrol. And it was the first time I ever saw that logo in color. It's actually red, white, and then the other side is red. It's not red, white, and blue.
Oh, wow. Very interesting.
And that's the way my car is.
You know, I love, there's another video that Gary and I did. Mike Smith, who's an outstanding director, producer, produced it. We went to a car show, I think. And so Gary's given me a ride inside the car. We've got cameras inside the car. What's that called again? It's got a title on YouTube. Your fans can go and see it.
You know what? You can find all the videos. You can find all the stories, everything about the things that we've done together under Gary'sBuick.com.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got that. It's going to be up on the screen. We are going to be showing a lot of those videos on this show. Trust me.
Well, I got to tell you, Gary, it is great cruising with you.
Yes, it is.
In this highway patrol car.
We've done the Christmas parade. We've done a lot of stuff in it, my friend.
Oh, we sure have.
We got, like Neil Young's song, we've been through some things together.
So really, when you use the siren, it's, you got to use it sparingly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially this siren, because this thing is loud.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's really a fire truck siren. It's probably a lot bigger than what they had on the car.
You know, I've been in this car with you so many times in parades, driving around streets. How's the maneuverability, like the steering, for instance?
Well, you know, it's power steering, and it does a great job, but it's still a 55 Buick, you know?
Yeah.
And it's still, awkward. It's not like what we drive today, but I've tried to soup it up to as many of the standards as I can with the disc brakes, power disc brakes, the power steering, the cruise control. But, when it comes down to it, it's still a car that's almost as old as us.
I've got a great crack group of editors that work on the Franklin Show. James Drum is a genius at this, and he will be editing this show in the next few days. We'll be integrating some of those great videos. Everyone's going to see all of this.
I do have one Broderick story that was told to me by Kelly, his son. His son was the film editor on the entire series, Dukes of Hazzard. And Kelly one time said, my dad told me the movie industry is a great business, but as long as you're not an actor.
It's a good one. Well, listen, this was a wonderful opportunity to talk with both of you guys. I've been working on this for the past couple of weeks, trying to coordinate your schedules. I'm so glad that you were able to make the time. I know our audience is going to love this episode of the Franklin Show, and I will be integrating all of these videos and pictures of us on the Tonight Show set, et cetera.
No, yeah, that'll be fun.
Wait a minute. You're coming to the end of
say it again.
The Highway Patrol story next week's a very unusual one. In the meantime, remember, leave your blood at the Red Cross, not on the highway. The clowns at the circus, they're real funny, but on the highway, they're murder. Ted Ford.
Yeah, I love that. That's the way you used to do it. Hey, by the way, don't forget on the Franklin Show, you might want to show a little bit of my nationally syndicated kid show that I won 2 Emmys for, Words of Poppy.
Well, here we are back on Words of Pop, and I want to tell you, the bottom team had 110 points. That was really good. But the top team had 120 points. That was even better. They won the bonus round here today. I'll tell you. Now, the team scores the most amount of points by the end of today's show. Well, Mike Ambrose is going to tell us about the prizes. Mike?
Okay, Shotgun, we're standing by for members of the team scoring the most points by the end of today's program. From Camera World, the Polaroid Zip with built-in electric eye and flash.
So not only did I do radio, but I did television in San Diego. Big time. I was in San Diego 35 years. Yep. I was only in Hollywood for 20 years. Oh, and there's one more thing I could send you. I had one shot in the movie, the Denzel Washington movie, Deja Vu. I played a disc jockey coming out of the radio. I was in the beginning and at the end. And if you want, I could send that to you.
And now, why would anybody believe that you were a disc jockey?
It's kind of a stretch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, hey, one last story.
You guys, I appreciate you both. We will
Mike,
have.
You want to hear this one last story? It's a good one.
Go.
well, Shotgun and I got to know some of the key people from Highway Patrol before they passed, including Bill Boyette and many others. But the one that we both have in common, and Shotgun has been the president of the Pioneers in Broadcasting, is Art Gilmore. And at Art Gilmore's funeral, Rob Weller from Entertainment Tonight's, apparently his son-in-law, got up and talked about us and the 10-4 day. And at the end of the funeral, an old guy got up and injected himself into the program and talked about Art. And when he sat down, I said, I got to do this.
Yes.
I walked up to the front of the room and I looked at the audience and I said, somebody's got to do this. And I'm that guy. And I recited the entire opening to Highway Patrol. When I got to the end, I said, 10-4, Art, say hello to Broderick. See you up there sometime. And after I did that, Rob Weller came up to me and he told me, Gary, I got to tell you, I've been to a lot of funerals. And that was the coolest thing I've ever seen anyone do at a funeral.
I remember when I first met him. By the way, look at I got him. He autographed my Highway Patrol
Art
card.
Gilmore.
Oh,
That's Art Gilmore.
wow.
Anyway, I met him at the Pacific Pioneer Broadcasters meeting, and I've always been in awe. He's one of the great announcers.
Such a great guy.
In the 40s and 50s.
The
and
whole
the
Red
thing
Skelton show.
That's right. And the thing he did on Highway Patrol, I said, Mr. Gilmore, if I do the first part of one of the scripts you did for the Highway Patrol, would you do the second part? And he says, well, I don't know if I can. I said, let me do the first part. And I go, whenever the laws of a state are broken. And then he came right back in. A duly authorized law enforcement agency swings into action. Some may be called the state police, state militia, or the Highway Patrol. These are the stories of the men and women.
Well, he's the only other person besides Broderick that's featured in every one of the 156 episodes.
That's right. Well, listen, I think Mike's trying to throw us out of the
he's trying to throw us out, I can tell.
I would go on forever, but we do have other parts of the show that we have to put together to make
Well,
this.
then you got to do it like this, Mike. Let me just show you how to do it. All right, you guys, move.
Move,
I got 101 here. Move.
2150 headquarters. Move.
You guys are the greatest.
Come on.
Thank you,
All right.
Gary.
Hey, Mike, thanks a lot for having me on.
Thanks, Scott. A pleasure having you both. I will talk to you soon.
Shotgun, good to see you.
God
Good
bless
to see you too, man.
Love you.
All right, everybody. We'll be right back on The Franklin Show.
10-4.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Well, how was that for a spectacular show? How was that? Do you love it? I'm sure you did. I know I did. Franklin is mesmerized by it. And I hope that we see you again next week on The Franklin Show. Good night, everybody.
A knife, a fork, and a spoon will be down the happy tune. You'll all feel chummy as you fill your tummy with a knife, a fork, and a spoon. Start tap, tap, tapping a dish. You'll get your favorite wish. Send troubles dashing while your corned beef hashing with a knife, a fork, and a spoon. Through stormy weather, we'll all stick together with a knife, a fork, and a spoon.